Hey, have you had a chance to work on the cost estimate for the software development project?
Yes, I have. Based on our discussions with the client and our internal team, I predict that the total cost for the project will be around $150,000.
That sounds reasonable. Can you break down the cost estimate for me?
Sure. The biggest cost component is the development team, which will require about 3 developers for a period of 6 months. This will cost around $90,000, accounting for 60% of the total budget. We'll also need to allocate about $20,000 for project management and quality assurance.
Okay, that sounds acceptable. What about the other costs?
We'll need to spend around $10,000 on hardware and software, and about $5,000 on licensing fees. Additionally, we should set aside $15,000 for contingency in case of any unforeseen expenses.
That sounds good. Do you think we should add a profit margin to the estimate?
Yes, I recommend we add a profit margin of 20% to the estimate, which brings the total cost to $180,000.
Okay, that sounds good. Let's finalize the projection and present it to the client for approval.
Sure, I'll put together a detailed document for us to review before we present it to the client.
プロジェクト費用は10万ドルとなる見積もりです。
The project cost is estimated to be $100,000. The project cost is estimated to be $100,000.
プロジェクト費用の内訳を説明してください。
Could you please explain the breakdown of the project expenses? Could you please explain the breakdown of the project expenses?
人件費は予算全体の 70% を占めます。
Personnel costs account for 70% of the total budget. Personnel costs account for 70% of the total budget.
Good morning. I wanted to follow up with you about the cost estimate for the software development project.
Good morning. Yes, I've been examining the numbers and analyzing the scope of the project. I'm confident we can complete it within 3 months.
3 months? That's ambitious. Considering the complexity of the project, I'd like us to consider adding a buffer of 1 month to the timeline.
Oh, I see. But I believe we can stick to the 3-month timeline. I've carefully assessed the requirements, and the team is capable of delivering on time.
I understand your confidence, and I appreciate your dedication to meeting deadlines. However, we need to account for unforeseen challenges that may arise during the development process. It's important that we prioritize the quality of our work over rushing to meet a deadline.
That makes sense. I hadn't considered that aspect. Adding a buffer could indeed help us maintain the quality standards we aim for.
Exactly. Our reputation for delivering high-quality products is crucial. I want to ensure we have enough time to address any issues that may arise without compromising on quality. So, let's revise the cost estimate to reflect a 4-month timeline.
Understood. I'll adjust the estimates accordingly and factor in the buffer time. Thank you for emphasizing the importance of quality in our work.
You're welcome. Let's proceed with the updated cost estimate and ensure we allocate resources effectively to meet our goals.
不測の事態に備えて1ヶ月のバッファーを設けるべきです。
We should have a 1-month buffer to prepare for unforeseen circumstances. We should have a 1-month buffer to prepare for unforeseen circumstances.
慌てて納品するよりも仕事の品質を優先することが重要です。
It's important to prioritize the quality of work over rushing for delivery. It's important to prioritize the quality of work over rushing for delivery.
期間の延長を反映するように見積もりを修正してください。
Please revise the estimate to reflect the extension of the time period. Please revise the estimate to reflect the extension of the time period.